I mean, obviously, one of the big things since last E3 is we're up on the 360 right now. You know, we want to make sure that we are cross-platform on the next generation SKUs. The frame rate and the performance is much better, as you can see. We are now burning down half of the world. You know, we really are world in flames. Basically across the board, the physics is better, the AI is better, the animations are better. We just feel like what we had at last E3 was kind of proving out to ourselves that Mercenaries was going to be a AAA game for this holiday season, and now we really feel like we have it in the can. We're ready to go. So basically, as you said, the entire environment is destruction. The only things that aren't destructible are the terrain, the roads, the ground, and then the runes themselves once they're created. You know, destruction is the bread and butter of what we do. We want to make sure that the player is out experiencing the joy of obliterating the world. It's not something you can do in the real world. You can't grab an RPG or a tank or carpet bomb a city. In Mercenaries, we understand that the joy of playing our game is interacting with the world, is destroying the world, is throwing things into physics, is seeing the great special effects, is calling in the airstrikes. And we just feel like if we can't do it, if an asset is just too complicated to be destroyed, we just don't put it in the game. We don't want the player to have that frustrating feeling where they see a wall or a door or a ladder or a house or a building or a tree or whatever it is and they can't destroy it. So anything you see in our world is destructible, and that is a principle that we just hold very dearly to our hearts, and we don't violate it. We got over 100 vehicles in the game, ranging from crappy old Venezuelan beat-up pickup trucks to high-end sports cars to M1 Abrams tanks to helicopters. I mean, there's anything you can imagine you can drive and fly. You know, we have over 40 weapons. We have dozens of airstrikes. I mean, it's almost mind-boggling, the assortment of toys the player's going to get to play with. Because what we don't want to be is your standard military game, and we don't want to be your standard lifestyle game. We want to meet in the middle. We want to go down to this war-torn, war-zone town that's been taken over by the Venezuelan army, and we want to drive a sports car right through the middle. We want to stick C4 on the side. We want to take it into a building. We want to throw the keys to the guard in front, and we want to press the detonator and blow it up. And we want all of that combined at once. We want the player to be basically stimulation overload 24/7 when they're playing our game. Well, we really like to think of Mercs as Bruckheimer meets Tarantino. It's that kind of over-the-top action with the sly humor. You know, the GTA, God bless it, is a wonderful game, but they're very much on the lifestyle side of things. And then there's a bunch of shooters that are coming out, a bunch of military games, but we really feel like we're the one game where, as I said, you kind of drive a sports car into a war zone, you dive out of the sports car, you action hijack a tank. We're trying to find that sweet spot between military and civilian, humor, action, taking it seriously, big time conflict, and really fold it all together, and we never take ourselves too seriously. You know, you can always get shot in the chest with a tank round, and you're gonna survive, you're gonna get blown back, and then you're gonna run, you're gonna climb over the barrel of the tank, and you're gonna take the tank for yourself. You just can't do that in GTA. You can't do that in the military shooters. We really feel like we've found the sweet spot between military and civilian. Well, obviously, I hope you've been watching the demo. There's a boat now in the middle of the road. You can do anything in Mercs. You can blow things up, you can burn down the jungle, you can take over cities, you can action hijack vehicles. We just feel like we have offered the players so much to do. There's cooperative multiplayer this time around, and it's seamless. So player one is having a tough time. He's fighting off 6 helicopters who are attacking him, and he's trying to destroy a bunch of boats on the water. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna call up Joe. I'm gonna call him and say, hey Joe, I need help. He's gonna spawn in a helicopter of his own, and now we're gonna do the mission in co-op multiplayer. There's just so much to do. There's hours of limitless gameplay. It's open world, it's action, it's comedy, it's military, it's civilian, it's everything you can imagine. It's coming out on your 360, on your PS3, on your PC, on your PS2. We want everyone to take a look at it. We think it's just the best game coming out this holiday season.